Hi all, this is Dr. Cahill. I'm going to show you how to set your papers up in MLA format, which is required for this class. To begin, we're going to make sure that you start with the margins, which is under page layout. You need 1-inch margins all the way around, and you can see that that's the furthest left option up here. When you click on the little arrow, it opens up a group of options, and you want to choose 1-inch margins all the way around. And let me make sure I did that and set, yes, that's good. All right, the next step is to go back to the home page, and that's by clicking the Home tab up here at the top and making sure that you have one of the two true types, either Times New Roman or Arial, as your selected font. The next one is to choose the size, and 12 is considered acceptable for most things. And then you're going to make sure your page is double spaced because MLA format requires double spacing. Come back over here to paragraph, and we're going to do several things inside of this little pop-up dialog box. First thing, we're not going to have a centered alignment. MLA format uses left alignment. The body text is fine, indentations is fine. There's nothing you need to do here at this time and nothing you need to do here. The line spacing, however, in MLA is double spaced, so you're going to click that. And please click right here. Don't add space between paragraphs of the same style because Microsoft Word has been set to add quadruple spacing in between paragraphs, and that is inappropriate and unacceptable in MLA format. The next thing you're going to do is turn off the widow and orphan, which is up in the other tab, line and page breaks. Widow and orphan forces items to go to a new page if it's part of a new paragraph, and we don't need it to do that, so we need it set up to go just run scroll wise one thing after another. Again, you're going to set this as a default. You're going to do this to all documents based on the normal template, and you're going to click OK. I don't remember doing this in the Times New Roman, so I'm going to go back here and double check that I did. You might want to double check too. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'd rather be safe and do it. And then it's all set up correctly. The next step is to place a header. And you can see up here that I have this button clicked. What this does is it hides the paragraph symbols so I can see the different types of things I'm doing on the page. So right here, if I turn this off, when I type, you can't see what I've done. You can't see why there's such a big space between these two items. However, when I turn this on and type, and I hit enter, you can see it is going down the page. If I tab, it's going to give me an arrow. And I can see that this is centered, and it's not supposed to be, so I need to left align it right here by clicking this button. I'm going to get rid of all that junk, and I'm going to go back up to the header. So if I double click up at the top of the page, it opens up the header. And your header is set up first with a page number, and top of the page, plain number 3 to the right, and then, excuse me, you type in your last name and a space. Then eliminate this extra item, and you have the appropriate size, which is a ½ inch down from the top, and you have the typing in the right place. To get out of the header, click anywhere on the screen. The next thing you're going to type is the information block. The information block contains your first and last name, my name, the course number. For us, it's English 111. You can put the identifier in there as well, such as O11B, but you don't have to. And the last thing you do is type in the date. And today's date is May 20th, 2015. And make sure there's a space after the comma here. There you go. And the next thing is to hit enter. I do need to put in a title. My title should be centered, so I'm coming up here to the paragraph section and hitting title, center. So I can type in my title, and titles belong in title case. What that means is the first letter of each word is capitalized unless it is an article, the word a, an, or the, or a preposition, words such as of, on, under, etc., or a coordinating conjunction, the fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Sorry about that. So those words are not capitalized. These words are all capitalized, and the first word, this one, and the last word in any title would also be capitalized. So if it's only two words and one is an article or a preposition, you still capitalize it. The next thing you do is hit enter, and you're going to have to left align again. That means come back up here and move it to the left. There's a ½ indent required at the beginning of each paragraph. So I'm going to hit tab, and it's going to go over here, and I'm going to type. So here you want to type your sentences in paragraphs, of course, with the first line indented. And I hit the tab bar to move it over ½ inch. So your tab should be ½ inch. Do not hit enter at the end. Of your line. Only hit the enter key when you want to start a new paragraph. And hit the tab for this new paragraph. MLA format requires you to credit sources when you use them. We'll read a book. Well, we won't read a book. We'll read short stories, and MLA does not allow contractions. So instead of will, I'm going to change that to we will read several short stories from a book called Foggy Mountain Breakdown. First story will be The Luncheon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to format titles when we talk about them. The first thing, we don't do anything with our own title, but when we're referring to a full work, a complete item, the title of a newspaper, the title of a magazine, the title of the entire web page, you would place it in italics. If you are using the title of a shorter work, a short story in this case, inside of a book called Foggy Mountain Breakdown and Other Stories. Let me put the rest of that in there. Then this would be placed inside quotation marks, and you'll notice that the punctuation, the period, belongs inside the quotation marks. So this is called just how we write the titles out. Sharon McCrum is the author of this book and all of the short stories within the book. The next thing that you would do is, if you were using a works cited, you're going to hit the Control key and the Enter key at the same time, or you can come up to Insert, and there's a page break right here. So you want to hit the page break. And like I said, the key said, that's not what I wanted. Just hit there. And it starts a new page. Works cited acts as a new beginning, so you have to have a new title here, and the title, the only acceptable title, is works cited. Hit enter again, and I can start my citations. Citations are how we show where we found the information. And you're going to read a book called, as I said, The Luncheon. Let me pick up the citation for this from my other document, so that I can copy it in. Okay, so I already had that created, so I can pop it in here. Let me show you how to do so normally when you type, it's going to look like this. When we use a works cited, you have to highlight it. Once you do the first one, it'll automatically pick up the rest. There's a special indentation for citations, and it's called hanging indent. So if I come right here and hit hanging and click OK, it won't do it because of some command. Oh, I see. Right here, it needs to be taken out. So that paragraph symbol showed me that I'd hit a hard return, or I'd hit the Enter key on my keyboard, and that's why it was not going to change. Now this citation contains the author's last name, comma, first name, period, the title of the story that was read, in quotation marks with a period. Foggy Mountain Breakdown and Other Stories is the title of the entire book. It was published by a group called Ballantine Publishing Group, and it's from New York. It was done in 1997, and pages 112 to 119 are where this short story came from. So you can see the whole citation for your source. If you need more information, sources must follow MLA format, and that is covered. The different types are covered in pages 427 to 433 in the textbook, and that chapter covers more information. We'll be doing more with that over the next couple of weeks as well. I hope this helps you. I'm going to save this in under weeks. There's going to be at the very top of weeks in our Blackboard course, there's going to be a series of items that you can use as resources. This is going to be called English 111. I'm going to File, Save As. I recommend that you guys save things on more than one computer. I recommend you use sources. You use Google Cloud or Amazon Cloud as well, and save it on a thumb drive. The more places, I just recommend saving it more than once. Okay, I'm going to call this English 111 template, and that way you guys can find it and save it, and you can just type over and use this format instead of recreating it yourself. So you don't have to memorize this. You can just type over top of the items that are here on the page. Again, this is a template and a set of instructions for you to use as you prepare your papers for MLA format. All papers that come to me must be in this format. I hope it helps you.